just gonna head on to Ostend for stop number 4. So we are just going for Waikehe Bay at the moment. Looking quite nice and blue at the moment, but in just a few hours it's going to look very, very different here. Because when the tide is out, all these boats will just be sitting on the mud. So what some of the locals have done is turn these mud-sitting boats into houseboats. So they will live on these houseboats during summer and then rent out their house to people going on holiday here. So the reason for this is because normally Waikehe has about 9,000 permanent residents. But during summer there's about 45,000 people living here on the island. So our next stop is going to be in Ostend. So Ostend was actually named by soldiers coming home from World War I, and it's named after a little seaside town in Belgium called Oostende. The main street here is also called Belgium Street. So in Ostend we have the island's only supermarket Countdown. So if you do want to have a bit of a picnic on the beach, I recommend stopping in here, get yourself some supplies, and half an hour taking the bus to Onnetangi. We've also got a few lovely cafes here if you do want to grab some food or grab a cup of coffee. Alright, so here we have stop number 4 for Ostend. Alright, so now we're just gonna head to Vineyard Valley for stop number 5, 6 and 7. So we're just going from the industrial area here on Waikehe. So this area is actually quite important here on Waikehe. As after tourism, Waikehe's number one industry is actually building. So this is where you can get all your building supplies. So right in front of us we've got the Stony Ridge Hill. So on the other side of this hill we've got Vineyard Valley. So the reason why we've got so many vineyards here is because this area actually has a bit of a microclimate. So it's about 2 degrees hotter here than on the rest of the island. The area is also surrounded by hills which protect it from the harsh winds coming from the south. So because of all of this, the vines grow really, really well here, and that's why we've got so many vineyards here in this area. So first we're going to have stop number 5 for Wild Estates, Stony Ridge and Te-Matu, stop number 6 for Tantalus and the Museum, and stop number 7 for the Postage Stamp and the Hiki. So if you are looking for something a bit more family friendly, I do recommend going either to Wild Estate or the Hiki. So Wild Estate's got a trampoline, they also do archery and laser clay shooting, and they've also got a lovely homemade ginger beer. The Hiki's got a big bouncing pillow for the kids, but for the adults they've also got whiskeys and craft beer. We are also going to go past the museum in this area, which does close at 3 p.m. So if you do want to go to the museum today, I do recommend getting off at stop number 6 now, basically.
Wild State was the one.
Yeah, but 6. I like the yellow melon.
Freeport Town, like,
Yeah.
That's clay pigeons.
At Wild Estate.
Alright, so coming up next we have stop number 5, which is for Wild Estate, Stony Ridge and Te-Matu. So Wild Estate just immediately on our left, Stony Ridge and Te-Matu just a short walk up the drive.
That's why the steam.
So this here is stop number 5.
Oh yeah, that's
Ok. Ra. Mẹ, mẹ vô mẹ đứng đây chính giữa đó đi, con chụp cho mẹ thằng Tắm. Trời ơi, lẹ đi, rồi đi vô cho mẹ ăn. Cái hồi trời ơi, vậy mà mấy
Này mới là đặc trưng.
vô
Vô.
đi, lẹ lên.
Đặc trưng. Sẽ tao chụp hình dạ.
Từng người một.
Nó đặt chân đến đây.
Rồi đứng dưới cái đó. Ủa đi vô đi. Mẹ, đi thẳng qua. Đó đi vô bên nhà hàng bên đó đó.
Ở đây nó trồng cái gì mà nó che hết kìa.
Rồi xong rồi giờ chụp hình đó.
Đang làm gì con?
Đi vòng vòng cái bàn nó đang set up.
Ồ, ok.
ăn nữa.
Chắc là nho là làm rượu nè.
Nho làm rượu. Chứ không phải là nho ấy. Hồi đi vô chấm chắc thử rượu đó.
Nó kìa.
Chắc hồi vô chấm thử rượu đó.
Cái cây của nó kìa.
Cái cây khô queo ha.
Cây nó giống muốn chết.
Mèo biết không? Đó, nó giống kèo.
Cái để bong bóng đâu nó bắn vậy.
Trong này nè. Nó để trong đó đó. Bên đây nè.
Cái mục tiêu
Nè.
bắn bong bóng.
So this here is stop number 6 for Tantalus. So Tantalus just immediately on our left here.
We've got a booking at a place that does cauliflower share plates with roasted carrot and beetroot at 6:30.
Did Jenna apply the glue?
No, again. Nice to come.
The other doesn't want you to come. Cauliflower and beetroot. No, it's not. There's a pork belly and other bits and pieces. Hey mate.
So our next stop is stop number 7 for the postage stamp and the hiki. So the postage stamp just immediately on our left here, and the hiki just straight ahead on the left.
Matches is lit and we stay there.
Ja, sehr.
Especially two-story buses.
Okay, ready? Right, and along.
So now we are just gonna head to stop number 8 for Onitani Beach. So this is the furthest we'll go on the island today. Before we head back on the blue line again, all the way towards Machiatia Ferry, with just a few extra stops along the way. So we're actually only exploring about a third of the island today. As only a third is mainly populated. The other 2/3 is mainly unsealed roads, not really ideal for these big double-decker buses, and also a lot of private property and farmland.
After we played that really cool game. Yeah, sorry if you don't catch it yet. Real inventive.
I guess it says kein Hop on Hop off Bus.
I don't really believe it, so it works.
Ich guess there's kein Cabrio Hop on Hop off.
I'm not gonna lose it.
Nej, ja genau. Ja. Sådana drar relativt knapp.
Die größte bisschen glaubt ist der Doppeldecker. Oder? Der größte und der höchste Bus ist der Doppeldecker.
Dreifache geht's nicht. Das kann man fahren. Ja, und es stimmt überall an. Nice, cool.
Alright, welcome to everyone that just got on. So we are now just going to make our way onto the blue line. So we're just going to head all the way to the Machiatia Ferry again. So we're just going to have a few extra stops along the way. We're also going to stop at the Batch Winery, Mudbreak and Cable Bay.
Het is ganz even.
Lovely Onitani Beach on our ride. There's a total of 1 person swimming at the moment. But it actually gets quite competitive here. Just a few weeks. We've got all kinds of racing going on here. So it just started out as horse racing, but nowadays we've also got tractor racing and scenic racing and even latest racing where we see who can run the fastest without spilling any wine.
Sorry. Nein, guck mal das.
Ja, ich hab's auch gesehen.
Hat eine schlaue Idee gemacht.
So we are now just going to make our way back into Vineyard Valley. Let's stop number 9 and 10.
Das Wetter ist schon mal schön anders. Streng und so. Schon interessant.
If you have a look around us, you might be able to spot silver fern here and there. So the silver fern, it's called the silver fern because at night time when you look over the leaf, the bottom of the leaf actually reflects the silver sheen. And the silver sheen was used back in the days to navigate these woods at night time. So at stop number 11, we're going to have Batch Winery. So Batch Winery's got a lovely restaurant, also a tasting room, and some lovely views at the top here. Lovely place to go to. We've also got the Cascades Loop at the top, which is about a 45-minute walk. And it's got a lovely little waterfall along the way. Just do keep in mind though that the last bus will be here in about an hour and a half. Also at the top we've got Waikehe Wings. So Waikehe Wings is scenic flights around the island. I'm not sure if they're still operating, but if you are here for multiple days, Waikehe Wings is quite a nice place to go to.
so langsam?
Ich glaube, der Bus kann nicht schneller fahren.
Da ist so schwer.
Weil es vollgeladen ist, ja.
Aber es ist so. Nein, Mensch, die nächsten kann auch wohl schnell.
So just coming up to stop number 11 now. So if you are going to bed or any overhead, we do ask you to please stay seated for time being until the bus is fully parked up, just for your own safety. But in the meantime, enjoy the stunning views up here.
Mach du jetzt? Nee, Mama, mach du.
Das fahren wir gleich.
Alright, my children, form the single line. We've got priority exit off the bus. Everybody
Sind wir wenn? Immer, dann sind wir da.
So stop number 12 for Old Plus Olive Groves is unfortunately already long closed, so we are just going to head straight to stop number 13 for Ostend.
Schnell Foto legst.
If you do want to try any of the olive oil though, the Waikehe Wine Centre and the Island Groves are down on the other stop number 15, and they do both stock it. So Old Plus Olive Groves handpicks their olives just on top, just above their location, and then they press them down right at stop number 12. So they also press the other olive oils made on the island here, because they are the only one with a commercial pressing machine. So if you do want to try any of these olive oils, just Waikehe Wine Centre and the Island Groves.
Papa, jetzt steht da, wo der Rasen meint. Papa, jetzt musst du schauen.
Ja, ist klar, ja.
Ja, der Buch.
Immer noch dran. Aber wir schauen noch eine Weile dran, weil er da den ganzen Tag
Der Trockenhaber ist der Trocken trainiert. He? Hast du gesehen, Papa? Ja. Oh, look. Nein, hat schon gemacht. Wo? Nein, aber ist gut. Das war eine Kopf.
So right in front of us right now, you can see Rangihawa. So at the top of this hill, there used to be a Maori village very fun. So you can actually still see the remnants of this park, because you can see the terraces on the side of the hill where they used to put the houses to prevent the fire all the way at the top.
Papa, ich kann ja ein Foto machen. Ja, nein, mit dem Legge. Dem Legge. Das ist ja nicht so schön.
Ja, so ungefähr abkommen.
Ah. Scheiße, du einen Muckerstich. Oh, ja. Haben wir einen neuen Muckerstich?
Echt?
Ja, da am Linkskant. Das ist er Leute. Alles drin. Doch, der Muck. Auch so muss ein Muckerstich sein. So wie ein Blöcke. Also am Lenkrand. So. So.
Oh, wie heißt
So.
die?
So.
Sie nimmt da noch
Ja, du hast nur am Lenkrand.
ein wenig stark gebaut.
Das sind zwei jetzt um. Ja, Mama. Mama, weißt du, dass Clara meine Schlüsselbein gebrochen hat? Hätte ich schon mal lieber passiert.
Da war es immer noch ein bisschen zu klein, aber sie glaube kleiner als du.
Hä?
Du warst noch kleiner, wie du jetzt bist. Ich glaube, da war sie gerade noch 2 oder 3,
Ja.
als mir das passiert ist.
Da ist ein Bus fast knapp auf die Straße. Über den Strich ist er schon. Eigentlich darf er gar nicht.
Heute ist schon, weil kein anderer kommt, kann man schon.
Oh, da hat es auch einen Flughafen. Ja. Flughafen. Flughafen, glaube ich nicht mehr.
So just on the left of us, we've got the Waikehe racetrack. So back in the 60s, there used to be quite a bit of street racing here on Waikehe, as the roads were mainly gravel and dust. But the police didn't particularly like this, so what some of the locals decided to do was to buy a plot of land together and turn it into a racetrack. So every few weeks we've got some car racing going on here, and this is where a lot of Waikehe cars come to die, just like the ones just up on the left here. So we're just on our way to stop number 13 now, for Ostend again. So if you do want to go back to Vineyard Valley and to Onitani Beach, this is where you can change buses. So just get off at stop number 13 and cross the road to stop number 4, and that one will take you straight into Vineyard Valley.
Het zal meteen de haai. Die might be the fair.
Right in front of us is the Stony Ridge Hill again, and you might be able to see it's a little bit less pretty on this side. That's because that's our roadstone quarry. So the roadstone from this quarry is not used for the roads that we are driving on at the moment. This is not really hard enough for that. But it is used just for the sidewalks on the side of the road and also for the parking lot up at Mudbrick. So as we're starting with 13, we're also going to have some takeaway food options if you do want to get some food here. Otherwise, we've also got the Islands Only Supermarket Countdown here. That's stop number 13 for Ostend. So if you want to go back to Vineyard Valley, just straight ahead on the right, just in front of Rachel's Cafe.
Dat is ook nog 5 stations, dus einfach voorbijgevaren.
And that was like minimal. Like that wasn't any juice. That was like just.
Alright, so now we're just going to head towards stop number 14. So 14 is for Goldie Estate and Kennedy Point, but both of them are closed at the moment. Just going to ask, in case someone's got accommodation here, is anyone wanting to get off here? If you do, if you're upstairs, can you just stamp your feet? Nobody upstairs? Nobody downstairs? Nah, alright. So we're just going to head to stop number 15 and for Onera, our main town again. So just to let everyone know again, if you do want to have dinner on the island tonight, that is totally possible because the ferries do go after 7. So after 7 there's also a 7:30 and 8 and 9:30 and 11 and a 12:30 ferry. So if you do find yourself anywhere on the main road, which is from here to the ferry, also all the way to Onitani, you can just hop on or off ticket after 6, and they'll take you to the ferry free of charge. Just do note though that the badge, Mudbrick and Cable Bay are not on the route for the public buses. But from Mudbrick and Cable Bay it is quite walkable down to the ferry. Waikiki Bay again. And if you were here earlier this morning, it might have looked quite a bit different. So at the moment the tide is almost completely out. So most of the boats are sitting on the mud at the moment. So what some of the locals have done, they've turned these mud sitting boats into houseboats. So they go live in these houseboats during summer and then rent out their house to people going on holiday. So the reason why they do this is because normally Waikiki has about 9,000 permanent residents. So during summer there's about 45,000 people living here on the island.
Fahrt der aus der Nacht der Bus da?
Fährt jetzt nur noch 1,5 Stunden nachher sind wir.
Und der Reisebus?
Welcher Reisebus?
Der Reisebus? Der Reisebus? Nein, der Reisebus?
Welcher Reisebus denn? Ich weiß nicht, welchen Reisebus du meinst.
Ein Reisebus, wo so lang, so hoch ist.
So on our way to Aotearoa, we're going through Seattle again, the main residential area here. So this is also where we have the primary school and high school. So you can get an education till your high school diploma here on the island. So that's till about 18 years old. If you do want to get any further education after that, you don't have to go to the mainland to Auckland and for any of the universities there. We also have a hospital here on the island. So if anything's wrong, we do have an emergency doctor. If it's a bit worse than that, we've also got an ambulance that will take you to the ferry, and then another ambulance will be waiting on the other side. But if it's really bad, we've also got a helicopter from Auckland Hospital coming in here. So it takes about 12 minutes to get to Auckland Hospital from here, which is probably a bit faster even in some places in Auckland. So you might have also noticed it only took about 40 minutes or so this morning going over on the ferry, but it actually also did. It actually used to take about an hour and a half, quite a rough ride. So that's why here in Seattle we had a company called Flying Boats that would take the residents over from here to Auckland. Now it's not necessary more because luckily we've got the Fast Cat. But that really has changed life on Waikiki here, because it now only takes 40 minutes. A lot of people commute between here and Auckland every single day. So about 2,000 residents commute every single day to go to work or to go study. Stop number 15 for Aotearoa. It's got a lovely few restaurant options if you do want to grab some dinner on the island tonight. So we've got the oyster inn for some fresh fish. We've got the local for some fish and chips. Also with a fully licensed bar if you do want to grab a drink with that. If you're not feeling fish, we've also got Fenici up there, a lovely Italian place. Otherwise, if you want to have a bit more of a casual dinner, here on the little Oneroa Beach, it's on our right here, we've got some wood-fired pizzas and some takeaway fish and chips.
Oh, could it be that?
So if you do find yourself at Little Oneroa Beach here later tonight, and then we'll go a public bus stop just outside of Little Oneroa. And so after 6 you can just take the normal public bus from there to go back to the ferry.
Da steigen wir jetzt dann aus für uns beim nächsten.
Some of the shops will already have closed in Oneroa, but Waikehe Wine Center is still open.
Mama, warum will man so Knopf zu der Umstiege?
Weil da halt nur angehalten, wenn jemand halt aussteigen will. Aber dann wollten wir da gar nicht aussteigen. Weil wir haben nicht gehört, dass es da zu ist. Und dann sind wir wieder eingestiegen.
Ah, kennen die da? Sag ja, können die sagen.
So coming up here, we've got step number 15 for Oneroa. Ferry, so that's the little bushwalk from Cable Bay, about 15 minutes. Cable Bay just on the right here, so we'll just be stopping there on the way back. So just coming up to Mudbrig now. So Mudbrig's been around for quite a while. They already had their very first vintage in 1992. So they've got 2 restaurants up here and also a lovely tasting room. It's also a perfect spot for some dinner. Got some stunning views up here, really nice atmosphere. So Mudbrig is actually also the #1 spot to get married in all of Auckland. They do, however, have about a 2.5-year wait list. So you can just put your name down and you've got about 2.5 years to find yourself a willing participant. So just coming up the Mudbrig driveway now, so just some organic Mudbrig finds on the left, and on the right we've got some Jurassic Ridge finds. So Jurassic Ridge is a bit of a smaller, more private vineyard, but the reason why they're called Jurassic Ridge is because the whole island is actually on a Jurassic limestone bedrock. Thanks for the enthusiasm. Alright, so this is step number 16 for Mudbrig. we are now just going to head down the road to Cable Bay, step number 17, and we'll head back to the ferry again. So you can see in this distance there, you can see Auckland City on the left. On the right we've got Rangitoto. So Rangitoto is a volcanic island. So there's actually also ferries going out here. You can do a hike all the way to the top of the volcano. Some really nice views up there. The island actually also doesn't have any soil. It's all just a volcanic rock. So quite a unique scenery. So nice for another day trip if you're in Auckland for a few days. So on our left there, we have Cable Bay already. So Cable Bay is quite popular for the Chardonnay if you do want to try something. They've also got a tasting room and a lovely restaurant down here. It's also good to grab some dinner. And it's also only a small walk from here down to the ferry. Alright, so coming up here, we are going to have step number 17 for Cable Bay. So Cable Bay just on the left, so if you do want to walk from Cable Bay down to the ferry, it's just left here, and then at the bend in the road, there is some signage pointing you towards the ferry. Alright, this is step number 17. So now we are just going to head back down to the ferry again. On the road to the ferry now. So I just want to thank you for choosing Explorer today, and we hope you all had a lovely day. Just do want to remind you to just please take all your belongings with you, and I just want to wish you safe travels back to Auckland. So the next ferry will be going at 5:30 from Pier 1.
Still good. Cái này mới.